Hello, my lovelies. Well, I just sort of discussed this because I saw this before and it needs commenting on. And to me, it's nothing more than this government again trying to make it look like it's serious about change when it's really just waffle. It's just word salad and means nothing. The Home Office is boasting that it's introduced new rules to sack officers guilty of gross misconduct. It says at the top, police officers to no longer be able to escape the sack for gross misconduct as major government reforms to boost standards in policing continue. Now let's hear what this major reform is. I'm going to go down. This is just going on about, officers being dismissed. Now they can escape dismissal if they resign from the force, but also there are officers that have been found guilty in a disciplinary. Now, you've got to understand this if you don't know about the police. It's during an internal disciplinary with the police, they are found guilty of gross misconduct because police forces act as their own courts, basically. And the police investigate the police, and that's very controversial. But it's not that's going to change. It's not going to stop the police investigating the police on such matters. This is what the police minister, Dame Diana Johnson, has said. We place a huge amount of faith and trust in the police officers we see in our communities, and it is vital that only those fit to wear the uniform are serving the public. We cannot let the majority of officers who are brave and committed to keeping us safe be tarnished by the few who commit serious criminality or gross misconduct. They and the public deserve certainty that those who are unfit to serve will be dismissed. With our plan for change, we are sending the clear message that no matter where you are in the country, the officers serving on our streets are only of the highest standards. Now, under the new rules, it says, which will come into force from 28th of May, a presumption of dismissal will be created for proven gross misconduct, which means there will be a clear expectation that officers will be sacked unless there are exceptional circumstances. In other words, nothing is changing from the present system. Because the Home Office says we presume, it's not introducing any rule. So where's the rules that are coming into force here? It's just utter word salad, a con on the public to make them sound like they're doing something. Look, at the end of the day, if officers have been found guilty of assault, on a woman or whatever, or any kind of criminal activity, the only reason they'll still be serving in the forces after being found guilty of gross misconduct is because the chief officers have decided to allow them to remain in the job. It's the chief officers. There's no rules needed. The chief officers can say, if you're found guilty of gross misconduct, you'll be kicked out the force. They can do that already, so no rules need to be brought into place. But this is not a rule, a law. If you're thinking a law's being brought in that a police officer who's committed gross misconduct must be expelled from a police force, or it will be the law. It's not. It's just the Home Office saying, we presume you will. But what if the forces don't? What if they still let people who've been found guilty of gross misconduct internally? Again, this is an internal decision, not something that happens in a courtroom. It's the police doing it themselves. If they decide, no, we're not going to get rid of them, they can stay working on in the force. Nothing can happen. Nothing can happen. So just point that out. It's just utter pure word salad and means absolutely nothing. No changes are coming in at all, because you can be dismissed for gross misconduct. The power's already there. It's the chiefs that decide not to do it. And also, I say, you've got to be careful as well, because it's the police investigating the police. It's highly suspicious and biased, so that you could get someone being dismissed for gross misconduct, then go to a tribunal and they win it. Because the system absolutely, it's just unfit for purpose, which it is. But I thought I'd point that out, my lovelies. Bye bye for now.